Check. Check, check. 1, 2. Check.
What do y'all think? Water or fish?
Check, check. 1, 2.
Not knowing. What are we at here? 30? 29. On the water?
All right, and here we are back with you. This is the 12:30 installment of the Cup Insider. You guys just got done watching the Bossier City battle.
It's a mouthful. You got to slow down and say that one, that's for sure. The Bossier City battle with the Swamp People, Daniel.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty entertaining, I thought. You know, these guys, the way I understood it, it looked like they had just a tough a morning out there on Lake Caddo, as our FLW guys are right now, you know, on the Red River with the Cup.
These guys live here, the Swamp People. They're amazing people. We're standing on our stage here looking over to our right, and you should see the line of people here in the Shreveport Convention Center lined up to be with the Swamp People, and they're going to be here all weekend. But as far as fishing goes, they know gators, obviously, but they know fishing. But Caddo is a slot lake. Like Kevin Hunt, the college tournament director, was saying, they cannot catch and keep any fish between 14 and 18 inches. So we did only see our champion on that battle with just a little under 3 pounds. But we're going to get a chance to talk with Justin Royal. He is the collegiate angler that did win the tournament. He fished with T-Ray. We'll get back to them in a minute. But like you said, tough on Caddo, tough on the Red River. But guys on the Red River are catching them.
That's right. You know, a few of the updates that we've got coming in over just a little bit. Maybe the biggest story over the last hour is our man Troy Morrow and what exactly he has gone on and done.
He's kind of like one of the poster child for FLW. You know, he's made the BFL All-Americans. He worked his way up. He's fishing the tour. He's really quietly put on a fantastic season on the Walmart FLW Tour, and he's quietly creeping up into the standings right here at the Forrest Wood Cup. We think he's steadily moved up to about one of the biggest bags of the tournament on day 3, sitting at about 11 pounds right now.
Could be a big day for him. You know, also, we've had Chad Grigsby with us. You know, Keystone Light Pro, even though he's not in the event, we do have another Keystone Light Pro. Brent Ayler looks like he may be struggling just a little bit this morning.
We've seen reports where the fish possibly may have moved or possibly just dirtier or cleaner water than what the pros have been fishing. The Keystone Light Brent Ayler has won it all before. He's been here. He's done that. He does, the report we're getting, have only one fish at this time. But they got a lot of time. And I promise you, the Keystone Light Pro will figure it out. He'll find a way to put a limit and bring a limit to the scales at the Citrine League at 5 o'clock Central Time today.
I'll tell you what, we've also talked about this next guy every episode this morning. The General, Larry Nixon, started off in a muddy water spot. His water clarity had changed overnight on him. He moved spots. What's our update on him, Alan?
The update on the Chevy Pro, Larry Nixon, the General, is getting it done. The report we're getting, though, it's not what he's been getting done. We believe he's got his fourth keeper in the box. One shy of a tournament limit. That's his goal, is to bring his best 5 to the scales. But we think he has 4 fish right now for only 5 pounds. You know, he's sitting, I believe, third place coming into today. He's got to make the cut. He's got to catch more weight, I think, than 5 pounds to go fishing on tomorrow and win $500,000.
You know, maybe Chevy team angler Brian Thrift could help him out and show him where those 7.5-pounders live, and then he'd be right back in it.
If y'all missed day 1, Brian Thrift, the Chevy Pro, did come to the scales with a 7.5-pound kicker. It's the biggest fish we've seen come to the Forrest Wood Cup here on the Red River. And Larry Nixon has had to move quite a bit. Maybe he'll move to Brian Thrift's water. I don't know. I don't know how much they can communicate. Apparently, we know they can't communicate on the water, but we know they work together and talk. They're friends. The whole Chevy team is a family. You got Jimmy Houston, Anthony Gagliardi, Luke Clausen. A fantastic group of anglers.
Great team. Also, some big news that I'm sure is heartbreaking out on the water right now. Our man Justin Lucas has hooked a giant, and what was the results?
These guys can hook them. They can catch them, but the hardest part in a $500,000 tournament is getting them in the boat. And unfortunately, you've got to fish perfect to win the cup, but we think Justin Lucas broke off a giant. Our reports are it was a 5, maybe 6-pound bass, broke his line right at the boat. So he's around him. Can he catch another one? That's the hard part.
And I say this, I was thinking hopefully, we might have some footage of that one later, but it might be too heartbreaking for me to even watch, and so we might have to move on. Our man Jacob Wheeler has made some moves right now. He did start off slow this morning. We know he's got 5 in the bag. What are the updates you've heard on him, Alan?
The Evinrude Pro has had to move around. When I talked to him at the registration meeting way back on Wednesday, he says, Alan, I'm flat out on them. These boys better watch out. I'm going to be the first 2-time Forrest Wood Cup champion. He was calling it, and I kind of backed him on it. I was kind of saying this could be the guy that does. I mean, he's young. He'll swing for the fence. He's not going to hold back. But on day one, he had a struggling time finding his fish. But I think he's moved back into the area that he practiced on to find those fish. In fact, we think he's pretty close or fishing the same type of cover that the 3M Pro Ray Scheid is fishing. And if he's fishing the same thing Ray is fishing, we know Ray is around 5-pounders. Jacob Wheeler could get dangerous on Sunday if he can make it.
That's right. We do have a video that's been sent in to us of Larry Nixon here. We'll go ahead and hit that up and see what this video is now. This is a live on the water shot of Larry.
Look at Larry Nixon, third place. The general leaving one of his primary areas early this morning. Problem is, he said one of his better places here in this big backwater pond is muddy. A north wind blew some mud over one of his primary stretches, and he said this is the exact same thing that happened to him in 2000 when he was leading going into the final day. This is the area he was fishing. Same exact thing happened. A north wind came in and muddied his spot and completely took it away from him. So he got one little bass out of there this morning. He said 1 drum, 1 bass. And he's pulling up the stakes and heading out. So 2 guys already this morning drift.
Again, that was the general, Larry Nixon, the Chevy Pro. If you watched that video closely, you saw his boat rock pretty hard. He's in a stump field. He's back in the middle of nowhere. It's an interesting fact. Larry Nixon in 2000, we kind of heard it on the video, he was actually leading this same event on days 1, day 2, day 3. He was first place wire to wire. Coming into the 4th day, though, unfortunately, he was only to capitalize on 1 fish for about 3 pounds, and he took 4th place in that tournament. He knows where they live. He's around them. But also who knows where they live is the Lamar University Collegiate Angler, Justin Royal. He's up here with me. Justin, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good.
Good to have you here. We just got done fishing our Bossier City battle. That's a tournament we put on with the Swamp People, the fantastic Swamp People. How was your day?
Oh, we had an awesome time. T. Roy Broussard, he's amazing. Great fisherman, great person. We really had a good time today.
T. Roy, I know he told you of some crazy story about some gator catch. He's an amazing man. Tell us something that he said today on the water that you would love to share.
Well, he was telling me, I was just about to tell him, I haven't seen a gator since I've been fishing at Caddo, and I've practiced a couple days and stuff, and we were running. About the time I said I haven't seen one, he's seen one about 12 foot, and I've yet to see it, but he promised me it's out there. So.
On Caddo, there's a 12-footer.
On Caddo. He said he wants to get some tags and go catch it.
I know he'll catch it, too. He's best in the business. Now, all of them guys, we love the show. Willie up here. But when did you know you were going to get to have this opportunity to fish with the Swamp People?
I was actually practicing for a tournament on Rayburn, and Dave Washburn with FLW called me, and he asked me if I wanted to fish Bossier City Battle with Troy Broussard off Swamp People, and I said I'd be more delighted. I'd be delighted to. I mean, that's a once-in-a-lifetime ordeal to get to do that with someone. I
wish I could have take places. You could have been up here all day doing these live feeds, and I could have went fishing. But y'all had a good day. You won the tournament. If the people at home don't understand, Caddo Lake is what we call a slot lake. We talked about it just a minute ago. Only weighed in just shy of 3 pounds up here, but that takes away from what you actually did on the water. Did you guys catch a few more than what we brought to the scales?
We actually caught quite a few. We figured them out first thing this morning. We had to actually go fish water that we hadn't fished before because the wind blew some Salvania up over the grass that we were fishing. And we started fishing, and Troy pulled out a spinnerbait. And he had a strike. Well, then he tied on a 4x4 swim jig, and he caught one right under the slot, which was actually in the slot. And it weighed right at 3 pounds, and it was pretty heartbreaking to have to throw one back.
A 3-pounder. I would never want to throw a 3-pounder back in the water. Catch more fish after that?
Yeah, we went, and I picked up a Pure Poison bladed swim jig from Strike King, and after then it was pretty much history, and then we started flipping some then and caught quite a few more.
So a little bit of the chatterbait style baits, a little flipping, a little spinnerbait action. You guys were moving. What time did you start out this morning?
We started catching them around 7:40, and we caught them up till about 10 o'clock, and it just kind of shut down. After
10, so you caught what you had, you brought it to the scales. You are the champion. Again, Justin Royal, Lamar University, what year are you in college?
I'll be a junior this year.
A junior, so you're fishing the Collegiate Angling Tour this year, and you got one more year to go.
Yes, or maybe 2 if I can stretch it out.
You know, if they had college fishing back when I was in college, I probably would have been like a 9-year freshman. I would have stayed there. They would have drugged me out of school. Congratulations. Thanks for being here. Justin Royal, Lamar University, the Swamp people, getting it done at the Bossier City Bounty. This is the Cup Insider. My name is Alan Gray for Justin and Daniel Fiddle. We're signing off. Come back next hour at the bottom of the hour.